A girl lights a matchstick and puts fire under a big cooking pot. Inside the pot, there is a small baby. A woman stands smiling like nothing is wrong. Suddenly, a little girl sees what's happening and screams loudly. The woman gets scared, and the little girl quickly pulls the baby out of the pot. The woman becomes angry and says, "You ruined my plan. If you tell your father, I will hurt this baby again." The woman asks, "Why are you doing this to my little brother?" Just then, their father walks in and asks, "What is going on here?" The woman lies and says, "Your daughter put the baby in the pot." The little girl says, "No, Papa, I didn't do it." But the girl gives her a scary look, and the little girl, out of fear, says, "Yes, we were just playing." The father becomes angry and says, "You are so careless. I will teach you how to love your brother." And he locks her in a room. The girl cries and begs, "Papa, please don't leave me here." Later, the girl enters the room and says, "Now see what I will do to your brother," and shuts the door. The little girl screams and bangs on the door. "Open the door!" A maid hears the sound, feels worried, and quickly leaves. In another room, a boy is planning how to hurt the baby. The older girl walks in and asks, "Is everything ready?" He shows her the setup and she becomes happy. She tells him to go away. Then she places the baby on a chair and blindfolds her husband. She says, "I have a surprise for you." She gives him a knife and says, "Cut the rope." As he starts cutting, the maid suddenly enters and saves the baby. The woman quickly hides the knife with a cloth. The man opens his eyes and asks, "What is happening here?" The maid shouts, "You locked a baby in a room. How can you be so careless?" The man gets angry at the maid and says, "This is all your fault." The maid leaves with the baby. The woman follows and says, "Now I will teach you a lesson for telling the truth." The maid says, "You're an evil mother. How can you harm a child?" The woman hits her with a stick. The poor maid cries but keeps working. Later, outside the house, the woman happily meets her husband and asks, "How was your day?" The little girl pulls the maid's dress and shows bruises on her back. The man gets shocked and yells at the maid, "Why are you wearing clothes like this?" She replies, "I'll go and change right now." The man turns to his wife and says, "You were right. These servants need to be treated strictly." He takes the maid inside. The woman feels proud and says, "Everything is going just the way I want." Inside, the man locks the door and tells the maid, "Don't worry, I won't hurt you. Just tell me the truth." The maid finally says, "Your wife wants to kill the baby. The baby is not even yours." The man gets shocked and throws his belt in anger. I knew something was wrong. He remembers the day when he was taking flowers to his wife, but saw her in the bushes with another man. She was laughing and saying, "This baby is yours. My husband will never know." They were being close to each other. The man says, "The baby I thought was mine was never mine." He drops the flowers and walks away in pain. Suddenly, the little girl enters and says, "So, you're not our real dad?" He replies, "No matter what, you and your brother are still my children. I love you both." Then he asks the maid, "Is the baby safe?" She nods her head. The man blindfolds his wife and her secret lover, makes them sit near the same cooking pot and lights a fire under it. They think it's some surprise game. But when the pot gets hot, they remove the blindfolds and scream, "What are you doing? Let us out!" But the man walks back into the house with the children. Behind him, the woman and her lover are left burning. This was their punishment. If you like this story,